Hello.
Hey, Pastor, how are you doing?
Good. Let me see if I can get some more light. Hold on.
Okay, I actually need the same. There we go. Just there you go.
Where did you go? Oh, there you are. I thought I lost you.
I'm here. I'm here. How are
Okay,
you
let me
doing?
put
How did you survive this winter, this another snowstorm?
man, we made it through, man. Hold on, my computer's doing something crazy. Hold on.
No problem.
Okay, this is not gonna work. Are you still there?
Yes, sir.
All right. I may have to sign off of this one and go on another one.
Okay. Okay, no problem here.
All right, thanks.
Loud and clear.
All right, so I have to do it from my phone because my computer. I have two computers. One of them doesn't have a camera working, and the other one has the mouse jumping all over the place. So it opens and closes program
Uh,
one. So
that's not fun.
I need to have one computer that works on everything.
Yeah. That's computers are always a challenge. One day they're your friend, the next day they're causing you to
Yep,
lose it. I know. I know. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. I am doing good.
Good. Fantastic.
How about yourself?
Fantastic. Good. Good. I mean, it's been the last couple of days have been a little extra busy, but hopefully now it'll get go back. Not that it's gonna calm down, but it'll go back to normalcy. The kids were home last week. They were home Monday, Tuesday. So it just became one of those like, you know, a lot of stuff happening at one
Okay.
time with the
Yeah,
kids.
you like video.
Oh, I lost you for a second. There you go. Repeat that last thing you said.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can.
Yeah, I was saying video and audio are lagging a little bit, so you're going in slow motion on my side.
All right, give me one second. Let me try to switch
So I
Wi-Fi
don't know
here.
if that's my connection.
Let me check on my end first. Let me try to switch. Give me a second. You hear me now?
Yes,
Okay.
a consistent flow.
All right. Hopefully that was the answer. That was the issue. I just switched for some reason it connects to the long version versus my short.
Okay,
But yeah, so I know do I still have record? Yep. So I know yesterday you guys have your meeting?
I did, and I sent you. I just sent this to you. You may not have seen it or opened it yet, but I sent you our version of
The org chart.
an org chart. Yes,
Yep.
I
Yep.
yeah. So I didn't know how to do the boxes, so I just put it in
Oh,
the
no worries. I'll transfer that to this. That's
so
not
that you can work.
yeah. That's fine.
Yeah, but so that's our. Let me open the same thing so I can know what I'm saying. Hold on. So that's our version of where things should go,
Okay.
and and also the so obviously the three spots, maybe two in that top tier that needs leaders over it, but
Mhm.
that's where we place the elders, Pastor Daisy, Elder Sharice, Elder Didi,
Okay.
and then where we felt how the ministry should be aligned, either with each other or underneath what should be underneath connecting with God, what should be underneath connecting with each other
Okay.
and community. We kept administration. I think that's what you suggested
Yeah.
as a as one of those areas. But then
Yep.
we also added two more.
Okay.
And the reason we put leadership development is because we really couldn't think of, because leadership development is more of a thing that's throughout the organization.
Yeah.
Uh, I didn't know if it fit under one of those things. So this is, a lot of it, like I said before, is what we do already. Some of it is going to be trial and error,
Yeah.
but we'll shot and see, you know, how it flows.
Okay.
This is what we have so far.
So let's do two try to do two things. Let's go over this, and just kind of let me give some feedback on on it overall.
Yeah.
On my own, I'll move things over to the visual, the to this version.
Okay.
We don't need to do that on this call. And then now that we kind of have an idea of who's doing what, if time permits, we can start creating some position agreements for some of these roles.
Okay.
Okay. And for Monday, are we good to meet with Pastor Daisy, Elder Sharice, and Elder Deidre at night?
This coming Monday, I'll definitely put it out to them.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, either Monday or Tuesday.
So Monday's the second, right?
Monday's the second, yes.
All right. I see. So that's the meeting you had with me at 8:30. That's that same meeting.
Yes,
I
yes,
got, I got you. I
yes.
would, I would have. I wish I'd remembered that. I would have said that to them. I saw it on the calendar, but I thought it was just me and you.
Yeah, and I said that I mean, I think we were talking over the phone when we talked about that. So it wasn't like it was like in passing or something.
Okay.
Because I think we were trying to connect. I was trying to see if I could have connected with you yesterday, but I ended up having that evening meeting with the pastors.
Okay.
So like after the prayer meeting, I didn't finish with them till about 10:30.
Wow.
So yeah. So all right. So Pastor Daisy. Now let me just ask a question. So when we refer to Pastor Daisy, um, is she also helping you lead on your end, or is she just kind of or is she, she's gonna handle connect with God, but she doesn't have additional responsibilities that we're not mentioning.
That's correct. So, um, what I would say that she does primarily is the scheduling for Sunday morning. So when I say scheduling for Sunday morning, that means who's doing the pre-service prayer, who's doing the transition during the service, the if it's the first Sunday, who's serving communion.
Mhm.
So she sort of schedules who's on for audio and video. She sort of sends out that schedule, and she sends that out usually on a Saturday.
Okay.
So yeah, but that's uh, and I think the way where you were going with that is her responsibility similar, being that it says Pastor Daisy, is her some of her responsibilities. Does she help me with running the whole church? That's kind of I think
Yeah,
that's
yeah, that was the question.
yeah. No, she doesn't. Um, so she does some administrative things, but it's not like with what I do. So and not that you asked this, but I'll explain it really quick. So elder, the way that we set up our government is we all have the title of elders. The only person that's not listed here is Pastor Allen, and that's because he just has stuff going on now that he can't. I can't assign him anything, but we'll have the position of elders. It's just three of us are specifically um, pastors because just again, I know every church is different, but because the Bible uses the word elder, overseer, and pastor interchangeably,
Yeah.
we have to go with elders for all of us, but specifically me and Daisy primarily because we were the church planters, and so we were the first ones. And then Pastor Allen came along later, and because he was a pastor where he was, I
Mhm.
did too. He went to Bethel Now Foundation. I felt that he can just come along and help us with it. But um, so Sharice and Deidre,
Mhm.
um, they became elders 3 years ago now.
Okay.
they don't have the specific assignment of pastoring like we do, but they help oversee.
Yep.
We have all of our meetings, it's all of us, and we kind of give direction to how where the church is going. So that's kind of a nutshell.
Got it. Is there a way I can get access to edit this document? Would that
Oh,
be okay?
I didn't do that. Let's see.
Um, I just sent it as an email.
Okay. Okay, that should be good for you then. Just
Uh, I mean, yep, there we go. Okay, perfect. Um, okay, so under worship, we have when we say tech, is that sound lighting or is that just sound?
that's just sound.
Okay, so we have a sound team under worship. Um, um, is the worship team musicians and um like a choir, or is it just a worship team?
It,
Um,
it's a musician and singers. So sometimes it's two singers, sometimes it's four. So it varies. But the worship team consists of musicians and singers. Yes.
okay, and then do you mentioned coordinating like the service flow. Do we have producers?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna put that down um y- as a potential future ministry. So some of the things that we'll talk about when it comes to the org chart will be things you're already doing, and then things that I might suggest for the future.
Okay.
So what a producer is going to help do is hopefully we find the right one. Um, they'll be able to put together some of the service flows, and that way Pastor Daisy doesn't have to be in the minutia of every service flow.
Okay.
So for example, maybe she's working on, Easter service because that's a major service, but then this volunteer is handling the Sunday after,
Okay.
right? So that way it just hopefully lessens some of that. So, and then you may not need this, but some churches have also stagehands, which is just like, guy who helps move the pulpit around. Um, they usually part of the producing team.
Okay.
Water baptism. How do you do baptism? Is that like, is it just you? Is it you and other pastors that are baptizing?
No, it's just me.
Okay. And
Yeah.
then is there a class?
There's one class that's given. So if after a person gets saved, they become a candidate for water baptism, and then they have to and then they have to take one class. So there's
Okay.
one class.
And then is there kind of like um, is there like a team that helps? I don't know how the building is set up, but they help either set up the tank or they help clean the
Yeah,
tank.
yeah. No, we don't have a tank. So what we've done in the past is we've combined with another church that has a baptism.
Got
Uh,
it.
one time we went to the beach, but that was just one person. And we were looking more toward doing that this summer. We just never. There weren't enough people to
To
start to
go.
do it.
Yeah.
But we don't. We usually combine with another church. Let's put it that way.
Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna just put that combined.
Yeah, but to answer along those lines, though,
Mhm.
we do get people who assist with people coming out of the pool. They may hold the towels, they may hold the sheets when the ladies are coming out. They may tell them where to go downstairs, even if it's the
Yep.
other. So, I guess that can be called a team that assists.
Yeah. So perfect. So we have that. And then I'm just gonna put by faith, we'll eventually have a setup breakdown team that will help with setting up the tank in the future, whatever that looks like, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah. By
Uh,
faith, you said that. I agree with that.
yeah. So I'm gonna what I'll do is I'm gonna just say this green color will be anything that's future that we're just as we grow, we'll add some of these things.
Okay. I like
Um,
the vision.
baby dedications. So with baby dedications, um, is there an interview for the family that's going to dedicate the child? Do you
There's
need?
no there's an application, but there isn't an interview.
Okay.
So um the application so we have two ways of doing a baby dedication. If a person is not a member, application is a little bit different, but the dedication for non-members is on a Saturday.
Okay.
Dedication for Sunday. I don't know if that matters here, but uh,
Yeah.
and then and there is no interview, but they fill out the application and then they receive a certificate and a baby Bible. And the dedication is, like I said, for non-members Saturday, for members Sunday, but no interview.
Um, do you so one of the issues that I ran into a couple of years ago with baby dedications was that the grandparents were coming to the church. They'd sign their grandchild up to get dedicated,
Yeah.
and the parents didn't really even,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? They didn't even consent or anything like that. So
Right.
is that just something that if that ever happens, you're just, hey, just bring me the kid and you guys, mom and dad and grandpa, you figure out the family dynamics.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, no, and that's a good question. It's never happened, but I feel like so when we say non-members and member, the parents have to be the members.
Got it. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
I mean, but we've never run into we did run into one thing where there was a member and I guess that's the same thing. Yeah. There was a member and they wanted their grandchild, but the parents didn't go to the church. I said to them, we can't do it. And of course, I understand. Listen, I understand
Yeah.
the time and it might be an evangelistic opportunity,
Mhm.
and it is. But my feedback was, and we've tried that plenty of times, and parents just don't usually come. They don't want them coming, and I'm not trying to
Yeah.
push off anything, but the reason that we stopped it is because it does take up time in the service.
Yeah.
I don't think it's fair for members, you know, for people who don't go to the church to take up the 15, 10 minutes, whatever it is, even if it's 10 minutes, and they never come back again.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Oh,
that's why
perfect sense. So I highlighted this in green because whether it's Pastor Daisy or someone else, someone is reviewing this application, you know. Um, so I'm just kind of adding that almost as a role because that does it's still something that needs to get done.
yeah,
So
okay.
we'll just figure out who does it, but um, what are prayer initiatives?
Okay, so yeah, as we sort of lump that into one. We have corporate prayer on Sunday, on fourth Sundays. We have Zoom prayer every Wednesday, and we have in-person Thursday worship and intercession night. So we have three prayer initiatives.
Give me one quick second. I'm sorry. This is
Take your time.
my plumber. Give me a second here.
Take your time.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, no problem. Just to so the Wednesday Zoom prayer, it's twice. One is at 6 a.m. and one is at 7 p.m.
6 a.m. What is happening here? Okay. And 7 p.m. Now, so the corporate prayer on the fourth Sunday, I'm assuming you lead that because, or does someone else lead that? Is that part of the service,
It's
or
a it is the service.
it is the service?
Yeah.
Okay. So then
So
you're leading that.
yeah, yeah. Well, I led this Sunday. I'm hesitating because it's all of the elders. The way we started out was each elder had a fourth Sunday, and we just
Got
kind
it.
of.
Okay.
But I do need to make some changes on that, and right now it's an elder's responsibility in terms of taking turns leading it.
Got it.
It
Got
just
it.
got a little better than what it is.
Now the 6 a.m. prayer, who leads that?
Yeah, 6 a.m. prayer is led by different people. And this is something that's new. We started this as a result of a 21-day consecration.
Mm,
Instead of continuing daily with 6 a.m., we said since Wednesday's a prayer day, we're going to continue every Wednesday at 6 a.m. And once again, the elders started out leading it, but the plan is to choose different people to lead out at 6 a.m. because it's only like 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes.
okay. And then what about the 7 p.m.?
7 p.m., that's assigned also, and that's by different people in the congregation that lead it.
Perfect.
Assigns the 7 p.m. prayer leaders.
Say that one more time.
Kathy, in the office, church
Okay,
office, she's the one that assigns the 7 p.m. prayer leaders.
great. Um, and then the in-person Thursday, that's is that like a regular service?
It's just, yeah, no, well, it's a 1 hour, no schedule, no frills. We come and we
Just wait
pray.
on the Lord.
Huh?
Like you're just waiting on the Lord.
Right, right.
Um, okay, so that operates a bit more like a prayer meeting.
Yes.
I'm assuming you might share a thought somewhere in the service.
I just may, encourage people. We don't even share thought. And so,
Mm.
I usually start out the prayer and I'll end the prayer. But, you know, um,
It's just open for people to pray as they feel
open,
led.
pray, open for people to sing. You
Mm.
know, one night we came together and we sang a few songs. Um, I find a corner to pray in. Somebody else finds another corner. So
Uh,
that's kind of, what I'm trying to teach there is for every person to realize that their voice is important,
got it.
crying out to God. So that's a no frills service.
So the only one from here that I think needs some leadership is that team of people that are leading those times of prayer. Kathy's organizing it. So,
Yes.
but that's the only. So as I'm asking questions, I'm just trying to assess: is this a volunteer team? Is this just a role? Like a task that somebody does. So, like the corporate prayer, you guys have a team that's rotating. Here, you have a team that's rotating. Um,
Right.
but this is more of like this. Yeah, it's just being led. You just open and close.
Right. Right. We don't. There's no. Yeah, that's correct. Open and close the building. That's all. But
Yeah.
there's no. I don't know if we need volunteer. I don't know if that needs to be designated as a role. Is what I'm saying. If that's where you're going.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking, I mean, it's just something you or your wife are doing or someone on the team is doing. You just open up and close.
Yeah.
It's not we don't have to make it complicated.
Right.
Next gen, right? We've talked about this.
Think so.
Right, you got the Harvest Kids,
Yeah.
Harvest Team, yep, young adults. Okay.
Yeah. I
Uh
took those from out of there and put young adults with family life. And you and I had a discussion on whether or not I was going to do that. So I
yep.
finally decided the family life.
Okay, great. Children's Church. Oh, Harvest Kids was Children's Church, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then wait. Um Oh, but you separated here as junior high and high school.
Yeah,
So,
that's where we're leading. Right now, what we have is just the harvest kids,
okay.
uh, 3 to 11, and then we have harvesting, which is like 12 to I guess 17.
Yep.
But what we're trying to lean toward is as we develop more kids, is that under the umbrella of Next Gen Ministry
Hmm.
to have it all um,
Kind of more
organized
split up.
as children, junior high, and high school. But if we want to just to put what we have now, you can put the names that we have. So Harvest Kids and then Harvesting. That's what we're operating with now.
Okay, that's perfect. Um, okay, so Elder Sharice, hospitality, that's the ushers, greeters, refreshment table. Um, does each one of these has its own leader? Like the usher has a leader, greeter has a
Yeah.
leader. Okay,
Yeah. Well, the Ushers have a leader, refreshment table has a leader. We don't, we're still working on greeters, but the idea is that they would have a leader also.
okay. Um, so eventually, as we start to talk this through further, I would probably recommend that hospitality has like a ministry leader or overseeing leader, someone who's overseeing all of these areas. So she's giving leadership to, the entire department, and then she's checking in with hospitality leader who has an usher, greeter, and refreshment team under them.
Okay.
That does that make sense?
I can see. Yeah. I mean, it'll cut down on how many leaders we need. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with having an usher leader. Um, but if you're gonna have usher, greeter, refreshment table all reporting to her and follow up first time guest met, right? Like I'm already, unless she's working full time for the church, this already starts to feel a little overwhelming.
Yeah.
So if we just add one level of leadership above, it gives a buffer, someone that can just she's meeting with the hospitality leader, like the same thing here.
Yeah.
We may eventually want to have someone, whether you call them the worship pastor, worship director, this person is going to help lead these teams. And so instead of her having to have Pastor Daisy having a conversation with the sound team, having another conversation with the musician,
Yeah.
what do they call it? The MD,
Yeah.
having conversation, right? It's, hey, I talk with the worship pastor or director, and that person is helping implement everything else,
Yeah.
you know. But again, this is over time. So that way up here, whoever's at this top level, where the primary responsibility isn't to be in the granular of every ministry. It's
Right.
to give leadership to it and to care for the people. But I don't have to be in every single usher meeting, greeter meeting, refreshment table meeting, because that's where it starts to really drain on you guys. The top, you guys are gonna be tired on the top level.
Right.
Um, okay. Same simulation, follow-up, first time guest, follow-up membership. Um, um, I'm just gonna again by faithful. I'm just gonna add someone out. We'll call them connections, or I don't know, something like volunteer coordinator. And this would just be somebody who's just when someone graduates from membership, who are they're just gonna make sure that they get plugged in all the way. And if ever someone leaves a ministry, the coordinator's job is to make sure that they stay connected at some point, somehow. Someone gets pregnant. Awesome. They can't serve for a couple months. Are you still there, Pastor? Pastor, you hear me?
I,
Oh, there you go. You hear me now?
Yeah, I see you now. You hear me?
Yeah, I do. You would just
Can you hear me?
you sound now I do.
Yeah.
Okay. You're yeah. It might be something on your end. Your video's froze. Pastor, you there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I hear you.
Yeah, man, we're not doing too good with the video today, huh?
Yeah, it seems like it's yeah. We gotta shake it or something. Do you hear me now?
Yeah. If yeah, and I can hear you. I can hear you. I just can't see you, but and I can't see your screen. It sounds like it says screen sharing. I mean, that sounds like it looks like it says screen sharing. Oh yeah, it just opened up. The screen just
Okay.
opened up. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. All right, so you know what I'll do? I'm gonna keep my
Okay.
no, that wasn't the off button. I'm gonna turn my video off. Hopefully what that does is it pulls less. And then, as long as you can see my screen and then we can talk, we'll keep going from there.
Okay.
Okay. So I just added this role, volunteer coordinator. This would be someone that wants,
Sounds good.
yeah. Oh, did you hear everything I said before? Pastor, you hear me?
Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to sign off on one more computer.
Okay. All right, no problem.
About 30 seconds.
No problem.
You hear me?
Yes, sir. I hear
All
you.
right. Um, so this is unfortunately a computer without the camera, so you won't be able to see me, but
No problems.
let's see if we can get through this.
Can you see my screen?
I can, yes.
Okay, cool. Um, all right, so I mentioned volunteer coordinator, um, which again, their role is simply to make sure that people are plugging into ministry and staying connected to the church. So if somebody for whatever reason steps away from ministry, they should fall on the volunteer coordinator's radar.
Okay. So is a volunteer coordinator a link between? So you're saying a volunteer coordinator is the person who knows the team for every. all of the ministries.
Yeah, so membership happens, right? When membership is over, the person who went through your membership class will eventually get plugged into a ministry. The volunteer coordinator will make sure that they get plugged in and that they stay plugged in. Sometimes people disappear, they fall through the cracks.
Yeah.
Well, they're the safety net to catch anybody who falls through a crack.
Okay.
You know. Um, and then we've got connection groups. With your connection groups, what's curriculum? Are you using your sermons on Sunday?
We did for one, and so it varies. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I've used right now media. I've used a sermon series. So it varies because the connection groups aren't year round. We have time to when it comes up. We do it twice a year, every
Okay.
quarter, every March, April, and May, and then every September, October, November.
March through May. What was the second round?
October, September to November.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, great. All right, and then we have family life ministries, married couples, men, women, young adults. Um, are you doing anything for singles?
No,
Okay, perfect.
leaving them to suffer on their own.
Yeah. Yeah. If you don't have enough game to get married, you have to figure it out.
That's funny.
Connecting with our community, outreach. Forgive me, what was ENL again? I know we talked
English is a new language.
English as a new language. That's what it was. And this was a class that ran indefinitely.
They stop. It is a class, yes. They meet every Saturday. Um, I think they stop during the summer, so it varies who they stop. The person who leads that, I usually have to ask them, but
Okay.
they tell me when they start and when they stop.
Okay. Got it. So that requires a leader. And then are we doing any kind of like I know years ago you did like a festival. Are you doing anything like that, like street outreaches or anything outside of the building?
That is the plan. We don't have anything set up right now, but that's the talk, I should say. We don't have anything planned.
Okay. Um, um, what am I thinking? I'm sorry. Outreach. Right, we said outreach. Are you doing anything like pantries and stuff like that?
No,
Okay, perfect.
we would like to, but we're not doing anything like that.
Okay, when you say we would like to, is that like in the next 5 years?
Oh, definitely, yes.
Okay. All right, so I'm just gonna put it down and we're going to green this one. Okay. Um, okay, outreach. And then anything with like are you doing anything like with missions going, hey, we take a team somewhere or we're supporting a
No,
missionary?
yeah, we do support missionaries, but we don't take teams.
Okay,
But
so that
we do support them though.
okay. All right, so that does that fall under Elder Deidre?
The missions?
Yes, like
No.
making sure that the missionary gets paid.
Oh, I see. Um, hmm. Well, that's the short answer is no, but because we have the payment of the missionaries on automatic
Okay.
withdrawals, uh, that kind of falls on me to set that up through the AG office. So
Okay.
no one has a responsibility of setting that up. That's usually something that I do.
Okay.
That's not assigned yet then.
You guys are AG?
Yeah,
Okay. Um so I know with and I don't know if it's the same AG, but I know with AG they also have like traveling missionaries who are responsible for raising their support. Is
yeah,
is it so does that work the same way where I don't know how frequently, but every so often someone is coming to you and asking you for support.
yep.
Um, Okay, and
Same
then
thing.
same thing. And then when you decide on that support, is that something you do, or is that something that someone else does and then come back to you with a recommendation like, hey, I met with this missionary. I think this is great,
Yeah, no, that's something that we do. So if we decide to go with somebody, that's how we got our last one, who's a missionary to Africa. She
okay.
came, spoke at the church, and then, the trustees decided we will support her. And so then we take her AG account number, contact AG, and then they set up the recurring gift.
Um, all right, so select mission process for new missionaries. Okay. All right. So in essence, all that means is, hey, if we're going to select a new missionary, step one, step two, step three, whatever those steps become,
Right. Okay.
you know. Um, and again, with the process, what we're trying to do is document stuff so that way, come the future, um, you know, we can hand that stuff off to someone else.
Yeah.
Um, it could be that there becomes a partnership between the outreach person and the administration person. And so whoever becomes the connecting with our community, one of their jobs is when missionaries come around, they'll help identify and select which ones they recommend that we connect with. And then whatever that process looks like, it goes to you or it excludes you and it goes directly to Elder Deidre, and she goes in there and does it, sets it up. So based on, what the budgets are and what's available. So I'm going to highlight this, and this becomes something we can just decide where it falls. Um, is admin support a volunteer thing or is that Kathy?
It's Kathy.
Okay, perfect. And then events coordinator, both internal and external. Okay, so when we say event, is that different than the outreach?
Yes. So,
So,
so for instance, um, so we discussed it last night. We used to have an events coordinator, sort of did away with it. But for instance, we're having a workers and leaders appreciation luncheon in April. Events
mm,
coordinator would be the one who, and we're having it at Gateway Christian Fellowship. So the events coordinator would be the person. Externally, what we mean by externally is they're contacting the people who are on the outside, whatever venues that we're going to use. They're responsible for making all that stuff is in place, insurances we need, all that other stuff. Internally, what the events coordinator is doing. You want me to wait while you?
yeah, give me 1 second. Make sure
Yeah.
they coordinate with outside vendors, right? In essence, they're kind of connecting with outside vendors, making sure that there's food or there's a location, so stuff to that degree.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Or, whatever the event is. So if it involves food, then yes. They're making sure all that is set up.
Okay, perfect.
Internally, what we mean by that is everything that's on the church calendar, they're making sure that there are no clashes. And so, um, if we're having Black History Month celebration, let's say in February, they're the ones that make sure if a leader goes to the event coordinator and say, I want to do thus and such, the event coordinator, the way that we have it in mind, we make sure that all of the other leaders know, make sure that they tell that person, no, something's already scheduled, or
Mm,
okay, you can schedule this. So they're kind of managing or looking over the calendar. They're not managing it, but they're looking over the calendar to make
yeah,
sure that all of our events are are not clashing.
got it. So what PCS stands for is Planning Center Services. No, it's not services no more. Sorry, it's Planning Center Calendar now. So Planning Center Calendar could be a great resource. Um, because if there's an event happening at a date and a time, it kind of like there's a red flag, and
Okay, I got you.
no one can set up an event without putting in a request.
Okay.
So even, whether it's her or Deirdre or somebody, um, they're going to go ahead and sign off on the event request before, anything becomes final.
Okay.
So the ministry can't, let's say the assimilation membership class person is trying to book some space to do a membership class, but before them, the prayer team booked the entire building, because they want to do a prayer conference. I'm making that up, obviously.
Gotcha. Hmm.
So they would sit in between to kind of help facilitate and figure out who gets the building, what are we doing,
Okay.
you know. Um, all right, so digital content, we've got social media, we've got website. What about emails? Are we sending out emails?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Um, and then you have your graphics. Is it so with graphics, is it also video editing?
You know what? I didn't think that for graphics. What we had in mind with graphics, and again, a lot of this had to be further discussions, but flyers that we send out on
Mhm.
events,
Yeah,
PowerPoint graphics for the sermon,
yeah.
um, anything that promotes what anything that promotes whatever we want. So that's what we mean by graphics. So I guess that's Canva,
Yeah.
Adobe Illustrator, whatever we use with that.
So you said PowerPoint for the sermon,
Yeah,
flyers, that
yeah.
that kind of stuff.
Uh-huh.
Uh, so I'm gonna put video here, um, and green.
Okay.
Whoops, what did I just do? There we go. Because maybe in the future we end up having a video editor and a videographer. Now, if you have
Okay.
an AV team, you might already have some of that. There was one more, and photographer.
Okay.
Right. So when you're doing events, we secure somebody who's going to help take pictures of the event.
Yeah, you just highlighted some other stuff that I don't think you
Yeah.
meant to.
Yep. Um, let's try that again. See? Oh,
There you go.
there we go. Okay. Now, AV team, what does this mean?
Um, so similar to the Sunday morning
Hmm.
sound team, musicians, or rather, the AV team is the audio setup for Sunday morning.
Okay, got it. So this would be separate from this over here. That means we would delete this.
Well, I guess I'm gonna have to revisit that with them because we did under worship, and I think originally what we were doing was we had this AV team under worship, but
Mhm.
I think everybody felt that that was more of a communications thing, and so I think I just left sound team there
Okay.
because it's more like Sunday support. I
Yeah.
can't remember if that's the word you use or if that's the word I got from someplace else. It's more like Sunday support
Yeah.
than communications. But the AV team for right now, what they
Mhm.
do is the audio setup. They set up the mics, they set up the speakers because we're a transition church.
Yep.
I mean, we don't own the building. We got to set up and break down. So
Yeah.
the AV team is responsible for setting up mics, hooking up the speakers, doing the mic check on Sunday morning with the worship team, and running the service through the soundboard, including a social plus for the worship songs. So that's what the AV team does now.
Say that again, including a what?
The Song Show Plus is a program we use.
Oh,
It's called
okay.
Song
Got it.
Show Plus
Yep.
to display the worship songs.
Got it. Got it. So so when we get together with the team, I'll leave it red for now, because what I typically recommend is your team that handles anything to do with Sunday would fall under the worship director,
Okay.
including the video stuff. Then you may have videographers that are helping you. Let's say, for example, you want to shoot a video because you're going to create some sort of small group curriculum. It could be the
Yeah.
same team, but it
Hmm.
plays it plays a different purpose. So we may have different leaders. One leader is worried about Sunday, making sure all the cameras are up, making sure, the sound and all the stuff that it's going to take to pull off Sunday is set up. And then I have another team because we're going to do interviews and we're doing a women's conference and we want to do like a brief commercial. And so,
Okay.
right, that's more of the communication team you know. Um, so again, we can separate those two or we can keep them together and just maybe have a dual reporting structure,
Okay.
you know. But again, we
Yeah,
can
like you said, when we meet together, I guess you can
yeah, we'll figure that
go
out,
over all of that.
you know. Okay, and then leadership development. Um, so so the way I typically do leadership development is I break it up into some stages. So stage one would be like a active member becoming a
Okay.
leader. Then stage two would be leader becoming a ministry leader. And then stage three, a ministry leader becoming, kind of like an elder or department head. So So this would be something that not everything it's so when we think of leadership development, there are going to be some sections where it's open to everyone and some sections that are by invite because not everyone is going to have the opportunity to become an elder or a trustee or a deacon,
Right.
right? That's going to be by invitation. But then we're going to have some leadership development components where we want everyone who is leading in some capacity to take these courses or to take this training. Um, does that make sense?
Yeah, sure.
So it's kind of like we break them down into stages. Uh, break down into stages. Um, yeah. So once we break it down into stages, um, I mean, right now we haven't selected. Do you have somebody in mind for this department?
No.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
so those are the three that remain open: leadership development, communications, and connecting with community. I did suggest in the meeting
Hmm.
that if we can't think of anybody, that maybe I should be over that leadership development.
Okay.
I was trying to, obviously, if we had enough leaders, we would cover all of them, but because we
Yeah.
don't have enough, if I had to do something, maybe I should oversee the leadership development so that I can make sure that throughout the whole organization that there's some kind of system for developing the leaders.
Yeah. Yeah. That's not a bad idea. And then my other thought was Pastor Allen. I know you mentioned that he's got some stuff going on. Is he completely off limits or is it just
I would, yeah, for now he's completely off limits.
okay, okay.
But tell me your idea anyway. What are you thinking?
I was thinking that if he's available once a month, he can do some sort of leadership development that we craft ahead of time, and once a month he's involved.
Yeah.
The other part is that I'm planning on doing like some trainings for leaders, but it'll
Okay.
be quarterly, it won't be monthly,
Yeah. Gotcha.
so it would be something that we just open up to the team and they can all be a part of it. And if that suffices, then that might be sufficient or not, but at
I
least
guess.
there's something.
Yeah.
So I think we'll table leadership development, but eventually what we need to do is identify what the process is going to be. Um, and again, it could be a conversation me and you start having. I
Yeah.
don't the so I'm gonna just say this other thing. The other side of this with leadership development is what I would kind of call like a quarterly leaders meeting. Um, Give me one second.
Sure.
Yeah, so quarterly leaders meeting, or twice a year with the goal of making sure that all you're speaking to all of the leaders. So when we meet, on a biweekly basis, we're meeting with like this team, the deacons might join, the trustees might join. But when we meet with this team, you're meeting with everybody who's leading or serving in some capacity.
Right. I got you.
And that can be quarterly, that can be twice a year. I typically recommend no less than twice a year,
Yeah.
because it gives you an opportunity to introduce whatever upcoming seasons, so like if you did something maybe either before Easter or right after Easter, then it gives you that opportunity. And then you've got then something in the fall that prepares you for, October, November, December to end the year strong.
Yeah. Okay.
You know. Um, okay. Are you so you'll reach out on to the team to see if they're available, this team here, see if they're available on Monday.
I will.
Okay. And then if you're available during the daytime, then we can continue the work on the role descriptions for these individuals.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think once we work on the role descriptions, they can take a look at it, they can massage it, make whatever changes they want, like obviously with your approval, but it gives us the opportunity to solidify the top level leadership and then start working our way down.
Right. Okay.
And I'll give you guys like an AI wizard that will make it quicker. Because like if I'm Pastor Daisy, I'm looking at this, I'm saying, wait, I gotta create something for my worship director, something for the sound team leader, for the music, for the sing. Oh my gosh, by the time I'm done, I'm done. Like I don't want to do
Yeah.
anymore. Right. But this will make it that you can knock some of these things out within an hour.
Okay.
Like this entire section could get knocked out in an hour.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
it's quick, you know. So
Sounds good.
Monday we'll connect, and our focus will be on trying to create those role descriptions for here.
Yeah.
Once we settle on some of this, because I what this version of the org chart does is it allows us to see these interactions easier. So for Monday, we'll work from this. And then once we kind of settle on everything, then I'll transfer it over to something like this that we can put in the playbook,
Yeah. That sounds good.
you know, so while it's working. Any questions, Pastor, for me?
Yeah. I mean, this is not related to this, but I just want to make sure. For some reason, when I go to the links that you give me, just see
Yeah.
something again. I don't know why I don't see all of the. Um, so
S-
the last thing you sent me, you said, here is the link for the channel. Okay.
Yeah,
So if I go to,
go ahead.
no, I was saying if I go to, so this is YouTube?
Yeah, so what you're seeing on my screen
Yeah.
is the link that I just hit.
All right, hold on. Let me hit the link. Let me see if I see the same thing. Because I didn't. Did you have to? Okay, so why is it then? So I got one that came up, right? But not the rest of them.
Huh.
So what came up was the 2/16/26 meeting,
But
but
21326 did not show up.
nothing else showed up.
Okay, give me a second. Is it possible that there's something on my end that I did wrong?
Thing in November, where
It's saying unlisted, which is fine. You should be able to see it.
Let me see. I mean, I don't want to hold you up. I just want to make sure I collect the right one. Unless,
Um, yeah, you should see the link that I sent.
okay, I got it. I got it.
Okay, so you see the whole thing?
Yeah, I see the whole thing.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah,
So as I upload the videos, they'll fall right into that channel. Thank
yeah.
you.
Clicked the wrong one. That's what it was. I was
Yeah.
still clicking on the 216 one instead of the one you sent below it.
Okay. Okay,
Okay, I
good.
got you.
Good,
All right, so
good, good.
listen, that's all I have. Thank you for this. I'm going to get back to you today. Well, just as soon as they answer me, I'll get back to you about Monday.
Yeah, just let me know for us to connect Monday. Would a 11 o'clock time work for you?
If it's just me and you, let me look at my calendar really quick right now. More than likely, yes, but let's see. Monday is the 2nd. Yes, 11 o'clock should work.
Okay. So I'll send you an invite. Not the trustees, just you.
And and while you're doing that, let me ask you so I can tell them the reason we're meeting. The reason you want to meet with us is so that we can go over what we just did, the org chart, and talk about descriptions.
Yes, partially. The
Okay.
other part is this is where I want to start creating the rhythm of us meeting together
Yeah.
so that way we are on the same page and we're working as a cohesive team.
Okay. I want to
So
be able to let them know why.
yeah, so my hope is that after we meet Monday for the first time and kind of start getting everybody on the same page, that becomes a maybe a twice a month meeting,
Okay.
you know, so that way we're all and then we'll f figure out the trustees meetings in between also.
Okay. Um, and that's 8:30, right?
8:30.
Okay.
The same link as this one.
Okay, gotcha. All right, man.
All right,
Anything else
Pastor.
for me?
That's it for now.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a fantastic afternoon.
All right, you too.
All right, we'll talk.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.